Bulls. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. And Satoransky subbed in for Porter. And then for Los Angeles, Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Howard. And James subbed in for Green. Rondo against Satoransky. Pass to Lavine. Lets it fly. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Kuzma can't get it to go.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Satoransky, the pass to Lavine. And again, Chicago, no good.
He just can't find the touch this quarter. He's got to keep grinding, though, and looking for the best shot possible.
Lakers working the ball around now. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Constantly knocking on the defense's door. I like the way Kuzma plays in attack mode.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And as for last season, he was a 74% shooter at the line.
First free throw is good.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Bulls making a switch here. Dunn's checked in. The Lakers also with a sub. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. He's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Satoransky looking around. Dishes it to Dunn. And Davis sends it back.
You see how the Browns led the league in swats. Not only the wingspan, but the awareness, reading the game.
A putback. There's the pass to Satoransky. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 6 points.
Now, James loves pulling up immediately off the pass. You can't give him any breathing room, even when the pass is coming his way.
The 10-footer. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. And it's Davis with the ball for the Lakers. 4-point game. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are 2 teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Morris is checked in for Anthony Davis. And it's Cobb in for James. And Satoransky kicks to Dunn. The shot. And too long on the shot.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
And at this point, you got to feel like you have a good idea of who Chris Dunn is as a player. A very solid option to bring in off the bench.
Yeah, Jay, he's a great facilitator, and he looks to pass first. A plus defender as well. But to be a starter, you need to be a threat to score at the PG position, and that's just not done.
6 on the shot clock. Carter kicks to Lavine. And a miss there on the triple.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
He struggles with his finishes sometimes. It's kept him from being an elite player.
Let's go. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Well, stopping on a dime. Satoransky with the ability to still hit the shot. Not easy to slow yourself down.
Caldwell-Pope outside. Kuzma left side. Floats it up for James. Throws down the alley-oop slam. And the Player of the Week winners being announced recently, and Junior Greg taking the honors for the first time in his career.
And it's no surprise, as Junior was simply magnificent this week. Completely carried his team to victories, and he gets some well-deserved recognition.
The shot by Satoransky, no good. Lakers leading by 6. The drive by James, and he banks in the layup.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Satoransky. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, true. But now it's about sustaining their energy and maintaining the focus.
Passes it to Dunn. Carter outside. And there's the call on Hendricks Cobb. That's his first foul. J.R. Smith's checked in for Los Angeles.
Now into the lineup for the Lakers,
Carter on the wing, covered by Morris. Pass to Satoransky. Clock at 6.
He's disappeared this quarter. He can't get anything to drop. That's not going to help him get out of the hole.
Here's James. He gets it in there. And it's a 12-point Los Angeles lead. And Beats has quite the all-star roster, don't they, of NBA representatives. You can add Junior now to their list of spokesmen.
From musicians to athletes, Beats has always looked at rising stars to attach their brand. Seeing how he's played, it makes sense that they'd want to bring Junior into the fold.
The shot by Satoransky, no good.
He's gone off the rails this quarter, and it's a bad time to do it. I mean, when they're needing to fight from behind.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just...
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Wow.
Easy to see why Lavine won the dunk contest in 2016. I mean, he has endless ups.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Last game for the Lakers, they picked up the W against the Spurs in San Antonio. Pass to Valentine. 1:19 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Lavine. The Lakers with the rebound. James has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Well, until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Done with it. And it's Satoransky, top of the key. Carter, right side. And Morris comes over to help. Just 5 on the clock. Satoransky. And the rejection by James.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
Here's Cobb. Hits it from 3-point range. Cobb's got 7 points. Greg, you can see the talent that Hendricks Cobb possesses. He looks like a player who is bound for stardom.
Cobb has that it factor about him when he plays. Everything comes so easy for him. With his talent and drive, he'll be one of the big names in the NBA.
Oh, wow!
Nice!
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
Smith against Lavine. Over Smith. That shot off.
The rotation in the D could be better here. It'll cost them next time if it's not.
And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've kept the tempo. A little bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma, who loves...
You know, for me, it's super cool. Just
Well, Kuzma, Greg, has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been surrounded by.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Howard is out there with Morris, and it's Smith. Then there's Cobb, and it's James in at the shooting guard position. Here's Howard. Excellent D there from Markkanen. Bulls trail by 18, and on our sideline, our reporter David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. With the stoppage last season, the Bulls still became center stage after the release of the documentary The Last Dance, which covered their 6 titles with Michael Jordan in 8 seasons. There was record viewership, including most NBA players tuning in. Dynasties like those never lose their luster. Kevin?
Well said, D.A. Thanks. Moment here now for an injury report. And let's get an update on Thaddeus Young's injury. David, any news?
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with Chicago's head athletic trainer. He said that he does have a broken nose. It's definitely a painful injury, but not a worst-case scenario. Obviously, they can't afford to lose him. This would be devastating for this team. Kevin?
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
Yeah, but fortunately we know he's in good hands, so you hope to see him back on the court soon.
And it's White missing. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Pacers in Indiana. Floats it up for James.
Okay,
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. The Bulls have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Smith against Dunn. 6 to shoot. And it's Lavine that time on the assist from Dunn. Lavine's got 8 points.
Oh, Lavine is such an explosive player. He's able to fight through the contact and get it to go.
And James throws it down hard.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Dunn with it, guarded now by Morris. And there's the pass to Lavine. Here's Markkanen. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
Lakers ball.
Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Chris Dunn. And the Lakers also making a switch. Davis is checked in. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Only given up 2 points this quarter. Davis, the pass to James. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Zach Lavine. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomized.
Substitution on the court.
The Bulls shooting the ball at a 43% rate here in the second. Passes it to Dunn. Now here's Valentine. And Satoransky kicks to Valentine. Shot clock at 6. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Valentine's got his third basket of the night. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to Indiana. Smith for 3. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And then Carter with the jam.
Oh, with noteworthy length and jumping ability, Carter Jr. can get it going above the rim.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. And Chicago shooting not great, 40% for the game. Right wing. And Satoransky wide open. He fires. Carter kicks to Satoransky. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Markkanen, he's checked in for Chicago.
On the floor for your Bulls.
34 seconds left in the first half of basketball. 6 on the shot clock. Valentine passes to Dunn. Over Cobb. Dunn misses.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Cobb wide open, and that one off the back of the rim and in.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Looking to get back on track here, and the layup by Satoransky. Satoransky's got 9.
And how about the focus Satoransky poses on these finishes? Impressive watching him work through contact.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers up. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this. Keith Morris is checked in for the Lakers. James comes in for Cobb. White and Lavine team up in the backcourt. Markkanen and Carter are up front, and it's Porter in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
And when Zach Lavine gets hot, C-Web, he gets scorching hot. Can completely take over a game.
Oh, GA, you know it. And last year, Lavine made 13 threes in a single game. That's one off the record set by a splash brother himself, Klay Thompson. Now, when Lavine gets going, he can be absolutely unstoppable. An elite passer at his position. I mean, James always seems to make the right decision.
Bulls making a switch here. Young's checked in. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Chicago's gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. White the pass to Markkanen. Back to White for the 3. And James pulls it down.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
The Bulls shooting is leaving something to be desired, just 36% here in the third quarter. Lobs it up for Lavine. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Throws it up high, and it's Davis with the jam.
Love the timing Davis has. He has a sense for when to rise up and slam down the alley-oop.
And Chicago shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Pass to Porter. Back to White. To end the run. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Davis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. They kick it out to Green. Back to James. Porter with the steal. Pass to Markkanen.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answers. He's pulling out all the tricks this quarter. They can't figure out how to stop him.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for Chicago. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
I guess he just needed a little break because since halftime, he's been raining triples.
Here's James. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Porter. Satoransky comes in for Zach Lavine, and it's done in for White. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
Yeah, you got to be locked in at all times. Their inconsistent play is a big reason why they're losing.
I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Here's Morris. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got his 8th assist here tonight.
Wow, Morris has such a soft release. I mean, you love seeing the ball roll off his fingertips.
Valentine, that's for 2, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Valentine's got 9 points. Oh, Morris in position.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working
to perfection.
Well, the results are clear as day. Great approach coming into the third quarter. We'll see if they can keep it up.
The Bulls shooting 39% from the floor since the half. Not really what they had in mind. And it goes down 2 points.
Now, once Satoransky sees the open man, he gives it away. He knows how to run an effective offense.
And the wide open shot from Morris. Shot is good off the back rim and in. He's got 6.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Dunn against James. Dunn attacking. He dishes it to Markkanen. Bulls moving the ball around. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
What touch on the deep ball. You can see Dunn becoming more confident in his long-range shot.
And they double up James. Got a piece of it. Now, here's Valentine. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Over to the left wing. Dunn. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
There's no question Dunn is a great athlete, but he must first work on his shooting as well as his passing.
And he sinks the second. Yeah, Chris Dunn, a part of that Zach Lavine trade a few years ago. You know, GA, what's interesting about Dunn is he actually played a lot of small forward last season.
How about that? Drafted 5th overall back in 2016 as a point guard. He's only about 6'3", but very strong and has long arms and plays with great toughness. Just another example of how small ball is affecting every front court position.
Young, right side. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got his 4th assist in this one.
What unselfishness from the young guard, Dunn. He's making more of an effort to distribute the ball.
And he's done the job here all day. Just continues to grab rebounds. What a game for him.
It's been a clinical performance. He's played a huge role and has them in position to grab the W.
And Chicago shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Now the pass to Young. Knocked loose and stolen by James. And laid in to finish the break. James has got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Some players might wear down during this kind of run. He's only getting stronger.
And Chicago shooting around 48% so far in the third. Dunn attacking. And the shot goes in. Dunn's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Exceptional handles from Dunn. This guy doesn't lack confidence when it comes to dribbling the rock.
And they double up James. Morris dishes to Smith. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Weber, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. And the Lakers also making a change. Cobb, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Here's Satoransky. Buries it down low. Satoransky's got 11 points.
Well, it's rare to see a 6'7" guy use the floater. I mean, from that height, no one is blocking that shot.
The drive by James. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
Yeah, with no defensive pressure at all, you've got to be able to make that exchange.
Daniel Gafford's checked in for Chicago. Cobb with the steal. To the inside. And James gets it to go on the assist by Cobb. 34 points for Junior.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Dunn left side. Shoots over Cobb. Dunn misses. LA has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And the dunk by James.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Now, here's Dunn. He's got 11. Weber kicks to Dunn. To the wing right side. Valentine wide open. He fires. That's in. Coming off an assist from Dunn.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Here's James. Chicago grabs the miss. Dunn outside. And the layup is good. Dunn's got 11 in the second half.
Nothing you can do there. Dunn is sometimes too powerful to handle on a drive.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Chicago ends up going with the new group. And then for the Lakers, Davis is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Avery Bradley comes in for J.R. Smith. And James subbed in for Cobb. So the Lakers 5 right now. They've got Junior. Anthony Davis is out there with Markieff Morris. Then there's Dion Waiters. And it's Bradley in at the 2 spot. James. And he drops in the layup off the glass. James has got 38 points.
Well, with as much defensive attention as AD gets, the passing lanes will be open for him, and those are the passes he needs to make.
Passes to Lavine. Greg, we're seeing the game evolve. We're seeing more and more big men displaying perimeter skills. Do you like that, or is there a part of you that misses those days when it all played out inside the lane in a very condensed area?
Listen, Kev, I think the game has kind of evolved on from the impact that the bigs had on the interior, but not the impact that they're having on the game. The reality is the game just doesn't stand still. And now as a big, you've got to have far more versatility. You got to be able to play in space. And as a fan, I just find the game to be more appealing to watch with the freedom of movement, the flow, and more of the skill set being put on display.
I agree.
Well, that's some fearless play from Satoransky right there. I mean, the defender comes at him hard, but he sticks with the shot.
And see, well, Satoransky doesn't have many years of NBA experience, but he plays like a vet due to his time over in Europe.
I agree with you, G.A. Satoransky's he's a great decision maker. He's been a winner and a natural leader in the locker room. Every player he's played with has had great things to say about him.
And there's 1:45 left in the fourth. Floats one, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
LA's gone over and over to the three-point shot in the fourth quarter. 4 of 9. James uses the glass to finish the layup. James has got 43 points.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
Oh, exactly. Give it to the guy with the hot hand as long as you can. Let him try to close this out.
Here's Weber. And yes, it's good.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Los Angeles.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Junior.
Well, he's had an effect on every part of this game, a triple-double. What more can you say? It's been a one-man show. Today was a good day.
And it's Harrison with the ball for the Bulls. Pass to Gafford. Back to Satoransky. That 3 off the mark. Here's James, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Free throw good, James. Chicago making a switch here. Dunn's checked in. Both free throws good from James.
And Avery Bradley still a solid player
for this team. You know, maybe not in his prime, but still defensively, he's a difference maker.
Yeah, GA. I mean, injuries have slowed Bradley down over the years, but he still has some great footwork. He's physical on defense. He's undersized, but he can match up with either guard spot.
5 to shoot. Here's Gafford. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. James, the pass to Bradley. Here's James. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports.